sick of overworking, feeling less than, and feeling like you're a fraud. You may even feel insecure about aspects of your job or about your expertise. If this sounds familiar, you might have imposter syndrome. My name's Angela Williams. I am a licensed clinical social worker and coach, and I want to talk about imposter syndrome today because I've seen it so far-reaching and so far spread in my work with my coaching clients, my therapy clients, with my colleagues, within myself. And I want to talk about how you can support yourself, how you can overcome it, what it is in this chat today. So let's talk about what imposter syndrome is. So imposter syndrome is this belief that you are not as competent as others perceive you. This term was coined by Dr. Pauline Clance in the 70s, and it's really widespread. So in my dealings and my workings with folks, I've seen it. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter even what level of postgraduate support or knowledge you have. I believe the work that Dr. Pauline Clance and others did, they were clinical psychologists, and they were really looking at administrators, students, individuals who were really having these advanced higher degrees, and they were all having these feelings of being exposed as fraud. So, highly accomplished folks, professors, right? They've had years of experience, really feeling like they were not able to provide what was needed and weren't really up to snuff as others saw them. So if you're feeling like this, please know that you're not alone. This is something I think too that impacts folks that are more really into their personal growth and studies. It's like there's no level to be done. So they feel like there's always something that needs to be done more. So I want to talk for a second about the cycle of imposter syndrome, because what we see in the research, and you could probably identify this in your own life, is that there are a lot of, there's this perceived belief, right? We always start with a thought and a belief that we're not good enough, that we don't have enough knowledge or skills or expertise, that we're going to do something wrong, that we're going to be found out, that we're not the ones for this job. And that causes the emotion, that causes the anxiety, that causes self-doubt, that causes worry. And so what that may do for some of us hardworking overachiever types is really funnel itself into over preparation. So we're really prepping a lot, or we're procrastinating. So we really do too much on the side that we are trying to prep and be completely perfect. And then a lot of times that might even cause us to then kind of get overwhelmed and procrastinate, or at the beginning we perceive that this is just too much and we get overwhelmed and shut down and we put it off and we avoid it. So once that kind of cycle happens, things can happen from there. So you can push forward, right? Push through it and have all of this effort. And then you have this feeling of, even when the thing is done, because your belief is so strong, even when you get it done, even when it's great, even when you get good feedback, you discount it, or you don't sit in and pat yourself on the back. You don't say, oh yeah, right, that was great. You don't listen to folks when they're giving you this great feedback. And so that continues that cycle, because then you're not celebrating your wins. That's what I talk about all the time with my clients. You have to celebrate your wins. You have to acknowledge yourself and your progress and the things that you're doing, right? Otherwise, we're just going to continue to go. There's no fulfillment, right? We get depressed, we get sad, we get upset, we get frustrated. We feel that lack, and we perpetuate that cycle. So it all kind of goes back again. We still perceive that we are not up to snuff, and then we continue this cycle. So what I want you to do is, if you're noticing that, if you're having this cycle happen, I want you to practice a couple of these ways starting today to overcome this feeling, this belief. So again, it's number one, identifying the beliefs. If you've identified it, great work. You are on the brink of this transformation. If you now choose to act on it, you can change it. It is figure outable, it is doable, it is changeable, and we can do that together if you need that support. But what I want you to do today is start by looking at what you've accomplished. So look at your beliefs, and we really need to rewrite those beliefs. That's number one. We really need to say, look at all the things I've done. Look at the knowledge I have, and accept and love yourself for who it is and who you are and what it is right now, right? That's the main goal. But I want you to write down those unhelpful beliefs that you're a fraud, that you're an imposter, that you can't call yourself an expert, whatever that belief is, that you need more skills, knowledge, and you probably spent hours and thousands of dollars already in this, right? So it's being able to write those down, look at those, understand that those are not helpful beliefs, and I want you to think about, what do you prefer to believe instead? I'm enough. I have more than enough hours and training and support, and I know that I can give value to this world. That's what it's all about, right? So I want you to kind of know that, and I want you to tell yourself those positive affirmations, those positive thoughts that you've come up with on the other side. I can help with that if you're stuck. That's my bread and butter. I do that all day, every day. I'd love to support you on that. But I want you to also kind of, sometimes this can help you, make a list of what you've accomplished. Make a list of people you've helped, really awesome, fulfilling stories. Make a list of the things that you were able to overcome and do. I want you to really at least do 10 to 20 of those examples. And I want you to look at that list, and I want you to really feel each and every one of those, that energy that you felt, the gratitude, thanking yourself for showing up and doing this, for all of the hours that you put in studying late nights, right, at school, beyond even, your bachelor's or your master's degree, whatever that was, your PhD or EDD, whatever that looks like for you, your clinical training, your hours, all of the things that you've poured yourself into. I want you to feel that and say, thank you. Thank you for doing this for me, to yourself, right? Thank you. Thank you for doing this for me. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for pushing forward, right? So acknowledging. We have this terrible habit of, we just get the goalpost here and then we just move it to the next one. There's no celebration. There's no gratitude. There's no, hey, good job, right? We're not acknowledging ourselves, and that makes us feel like crap. So stop doing that. Notice all of the things that you have done. Really feel it. Feel that awesome feeling you felt when you helped that person. I have a collection of quotes and thank yous and all of that I refer to. Make a list of those and put it right there, right next to your computer, so you can see that every day. Even if it's just one person you've helped, put it up so you can remind yourself that you give that good value to the world, even if it's just one person, right? I want you to also give yourself permission every day at the beginning of the day, or before you start a work task or whatever academic task you're doing. I want you to give yourself permission to let go of perfectionism. If I didn't do that, I call myself a recovering perfectionist. If I didn't let go and let myself do what I need to do, things would never be done. I'm actually going to offer you a support in a second here. And I remember spending a lot of time on my very first free resource that I wanted to give to folks. I remember spending so much time. I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted the graphics perfect. I wanted the font perfect, the spacing. I wanted everything, all the layout, right? I wanted it to be perfect. But guess what that does? That delays you getting the thing that you need if I'm sitting here worried about the perfection piece. So every day, when you start your day, before you go out, I want you to give yourself permission to let go of that. It is okay. Done is better than perfect. And here's the difference. Some people will go out and just put stuff out into the world without really caring and all of that. But if you identify, you say, I've got imposter syndrome, you identify as a perfectionist, I already know you're not going to give the world some garbage, undervalued thing. You're going to be putting all this time and care into it anyway, but we also have to cut you off because you need to get rid of it and not hold on to it too long, right? And give it to the world. So I encourage you to let yourself let go of that perfectionism and make the movement and the action forward. The last thing I want you to consider is getting support. So again, you're not the only one that's having these feelings or thoughts or beliefs. There's actually so many people, and I think, again, it's pervasive. Actually, the more you gain that educational knowledge or things like that, right, I think we question ourselves even more, and again, kind of put that goalpost higher and higher without sitting and doing that celebration or recognition. So know that you've invested so much time and efforts, right? but also that you're not alone and that we can overcome this together. So if you need support, I'm always happy to talk with you, see if my coaching's a good fit, or refer you to somebody else, whether that's a therapist, a mentor. I've got so many folks that I'm connected with, thankfully, that I can support you with that as well. And what I'm going to leave you with today is a free resource. It is the 5 roadblocks to success and how to overcome them. A lot of the things we talked about, those faulty or unhelpful beliefs that are keeping you stuck, are going to be addressed there. So I'm going to drop that in the comments. Please check that out, download it, let me know your thoughts. And again, I'm always here if you need to reach out, message me for more information about coaching and support. I'm here to help you overcome the self-doubt, those self-limiting beliefs, and really create that life you desire. Be confident, convicted in your beliefs and your work, and share that with the world. All right. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Talk to you soon.